It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Quicken Loans Arena, tonight the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Utah Jazz. Jay, you know Quinn Snyder well. His style can be very traditional. Which team's going to have to compensate here tonight?
Well, Quinn Snyder's team is going big in a small league, and bigs are actually nearly extinct in today's NBA. Having two low post players, it's going to be imperative for Cleveland to rebound and not give up second chance opportunities for the Jazz.
Cavs at the controls. Sexton. Probing the defense. Sexton gets it in the left corner. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Won't go. He has to find better opportunities.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know to scout him.
Gobert. Nothing going here on that drive. To Conley. From long range. His first effort off the mark. Knight into the front court. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Big finish. Full head of steam that time.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands, get in there, strip that ball away.
Joe Ingles. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Sexton. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. It's Jazz ball. Jay, we talk about it all the time. The coaches in this league, who best puts their players in a position to shine? And now I give you Quinn Snyder.
I remember Quinn Snyder, after an ugly loss to Atlanta last year, really made some changes to their system. And here's the thing I love about Quinn Snyder. He recruited me when I was 15 and 16 years old. He was an assistant coach at Duke. The way he spoke to me really got me to buy in. He taught me that it was about being part of something bigger than yourself. And when you buy into what Quinn Snyder preaches, that's how you end up beating OKC in the first round NBA playoffs.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second and 3, got it. To Love. Sexton to Love. Here comes the screen. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Tosses. Off the assist.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. To Love. Can't connect. Mitchell with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. To Conley. 5 to shoot for Utah. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Colin Sexton at the line. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. No good. Defense catching a break there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Jazz out in front. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
They'll get it down to Thompson. It goes down.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Mitchell with it up top. His team up by one. To Conley. Mike Conley. 2 of 4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Sexton to Love. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. A one-point game with a minute gone by in this second quarter. Mitchell guarded by Brandon Knight. Knocks it down off the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Sexton to Love. Can't connect. Conley into the front court. Up by 3. Here comes the screen. Conley shot off the mark. Sexton. To Love. Short jumper stays out. Conley into the front court. Leads 3. To Gobert. Ah, the monster stuff.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Sexton. Not that time.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Cleveland has the basketball. Sexton to Love. Shot from the lane won't go. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Lead stands at 7. Down to Gobert. Rudy Gobert. 3 for 3 in this first half.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Sexton to Love. And a nice finish at the rim.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
That's it for the first half. Jazz have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. The Jazz dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Utah Jazz, the Cavaliers may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Field goals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
Mike Conley looked great in the first half. He was constantly fighting for position in the paint and owning the boards.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Sexton. To Love. Kevin Love. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Conley to Joe Ingles. Conley. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock. Runner here won't go. Cavs at the controls. Sexton. Here comes the screen. scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Mitchell with the basketball. Up 5. To Joe Ingles. To Conley. Here comes the screen. Conley. Mitchell. Not that time. He missed it. To Colin Sexton. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Joe Ingles. Conley. To Gobert. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Rudy Gobert at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Whoops, that won't go. To Love. Here's a chance from long range. They dared Kevin Love to beat them, and he did with the trifecta.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Conley.
Screen come.
5 to shoot for Utah. Not going down for him this time. Cruises inside for 2.
Absolute stud, just flexing on them on both the defensive and offensive end. I don't know if we should call him the young bull anymore. He's maturing right in front of our eyes.
Great look and vision. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
Sexton. Thompson to Colin Sexton. Going to launch beyond the arc, and the rebound comes down to Utah. Conley into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. and draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Rudy Gobert has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
I got ball.
3 quarters down, the Jazz out in front. It's Utah basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the 3rd.
And just because the numbers on a scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Joe Ingles has a chance. Ingles shot off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Mitchell here against Knight to Gobert. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Sexton to Love. Kevin Love, he's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
The assist from number 2.
Conley into the front court, leads 4 to Joe Ingles. Conley. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Sexton goes to the left side to Love. Able to convert inside.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. They lead it, 4-point game. And the basket good at the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Cavaliers. It'll stay with Utah. Conley. Down low for Gobert. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Rudy Gobert trying to cash in on a 3-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Sexton. Screen coming. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Conley. Mike Conley, 3 for 6 now.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Sexton. To Love. Lets it fly from long range. Like the toughness, but Colin Sexton off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Conley. Trying to cash in. The shot by Conley, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Off the mark. It's the Jazz who come away with the victory as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Jazz came away with the victory in this one, and the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Utah Jazz, the Cavaliers didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Cleveland Cavaliers struggled for position throughout the whole game when shots went up and gave up too many rebounds.
Player of the game.
Gobert gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.